Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling lovers all across the world, this is Salvador from Wrestle Vault. And if you're not already sitting down, pull up a chair, because what I'm about to lay on you is pure madness, betrayal, and straight-up brutality that is tearing the WWE universe wide open. Picture this: Seth freaking Rollins, the architect, the visionary, unleashing a wild and violent attack on Paul Heyman, stopping him into the ground like he means absolutely nothing. And that's just the beginning. We're talking about a kidnapping that throws the entire bloodline into complete chaos, wiping out everything Seth once claimed to believe in. This isn't just a wrestling storyline, this is a full-on firestorm that has fans screaming for someone to answer for it. How could Rollins cross a line this far? It's maddening, it's jaw-dropping, and it's got me fired up from head to toe. You're gonna want to smash that like button, drop your hottest opinions in the comments, and pass this along to every die-hard wrestling fan you know, because by the time we're done here, you'll be just as furious as I am. Stay with me until the very end. We've got detailed breakdowns, fan reactions, and a twist that will flip everything you thought you knew upside down. Let's get into this mess. Alright folks, let's paint the full picture, because this didn't come out of nowhere, but when it landed, it hit like a wrecking ball. We're talking Monday Night Raw, live from Madison Square Garden, the holy ground of sports entertainment. The whole arena is buzzing with energy. The bloodline is center ring, Roman Reigns calling the shots, Solo Sikoa looking as dangerous as ever, and Paul Heyman, the wise man, the brain behind it all, standing tall with that sly smirk on his face. Hello viewers, if you're new here, please don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button for daily updates on WWE Raw. Everything feels totally normal until the lights start to flicker and that familiar laugh creeps through the speakers. Burn it down! The crowd erupts, but this time it's not out of excitement, it's out of shock. Seth Rollins marches down the ramp, not in his bright, flashy gear, but dressed head to toe in black, eyes burning like a man who's lost it completely. No entrance music, no showmanship, just pure anger. He slides into the ring, and before Heyman can say a single word, bam! A super kick to the stomach, followed by that chilling curb stomp that crashes down like thunder. Heyman's head bounces off the mat, and the damage is done instantly. The visionary? More like the destroyer. This attack isn't scripted drama, it's personal, it's nasty, and it's got the entire wrestling world asking, has Seth Rollins completely lost it? But wait, it doesn't stop there, not even close. As the bloodline rushes in to protect their wise man, Rollins keeps going. He grabs Heyman by the collar, drags him out of the ring like he weighs nothing, and disappears into the backstage area. A kidnapping? In WWE? You better believe it. Cameras catch flashes of the madness, Rollins shoving Heyman into a waiting van, tires screaming as they tear out of the building. The show cuts to black with Reigns roaring in rage, but the damage has already been done. Social media goes absolutely wild. Hashtag Seth Rollins attack trends all over the world within minutes. Fans are furious. This went too far. Heyman didn't deserve any of this. Rollins has really turned heel. And I'm right there with you folks. This isn't entertainment anymore. This is an assault. How is WWE letting this happen? It's angering, it's unacceptable, and it's pulling every single one of us in to figure out what just went down. Share this video right now if you're just as fired up as I am. Let's make sure the whole world hears about this betrayal. To understand why this has my blood boiling and why it should have yours boiling too, we've got to go back in time. Seth Rollins wasn't always this wild-eyed monster. Remember the architect? The man who helped build the Shield from scratch alongside Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley? They were brothers, running WWE like they owned the place. But things started to crack, backstabbing, chair shots, the legendary Shield breakup. Fast forward, and Rollins reinvents himself as the visionary. Sharp suits, wild laughs, mind games for days. He went to war with everyone from Edge to Cody Rhodes, always wearing that cocky grin, always 2 steps ahead. But lately, there's been a quiet frustration. Rollins has made it clear he feels overlooked, that Roman's tribal chief run has been hogging all the attention. The vision was his battle cry, a promise to shake WWE up and build it around real talent. And Paul Heyman, the glue keeping the bloodline together, the genius who turned Reigns into an untouchable godlike figure? Heyman and Rollins go back too. During the Authority days, Heyman managed Brock Lesnar, and their paths crossed in massive ways. But this, stomping Heyman, taking him? It feels like Rollins is setting fire to everything he built just to prove a point. It's infuriating because we've watched this man's journey for years, only to see him snap like this. What happened to the guy we cheered for? Drop a comment below. Did Rollins go too far, or is this all payback that was a long time coming? Let's break down the attack step by step because this deserves a real close look. The stomp, that curb stomp,
It was banned for years because it looked too real, too brutal. Rollins brings it back every now and then, but landing it on Heyman, a man who isn't a wrestler, a 58-year-old legend who works with his words and his mind, that's a low blow, even by WWE standards. The moment of impact, Heyman's neck snaps back, his glasses go flying, and the crowd gasps all at once. Medical staff rush the ring, but Rollins is already long gone, leaving nothing but destruction in his wake. Then the kidnapping. This wasn't a quick backstage scuffle. This was a planned and calculated grab. Word from my inside sources is that Rollins didn't act alone. Masked individuals helped get Heyman into that van. Who are they? Bitter superstars? A brand new group? It adds a whole new layer of mystery that has me fuming. WWE, you need to start talking. The vision destroyed? Without question. Rollins always said his vision was about growth and moving forward, not about creating chaos. By going after Heyman, he's not just attacking the bloodline, he's tearing down the very thing he said he wanted to build. It's two-faced, it's infuriating, and it's the kind of storytelling that keeps every one of us glued to our screens. But at what price? Heyman's well-being? The loyalty of the fans? Share this if you want answers just as badly as I do. Now let's talk about what the fans are saying, because you, the WWE Universe, are the beating heart of this whole thing. X is completely on fire right now. One fan posts, Seth Rollins just took Paul Heyman out. This is attempted murder. Hashtag WWE Raw. Another says, finally, someone hits back at the bloodline. Rollins is the man. Completely split down the middle, right? That's what makes this so gripping. Half the fan base is furious at Rollins for going this far, while the other half is cheering him on for causing mayhem. Reddit is blowing up with theories. Is this the start of a bloodline civil war? Will Roman Reigns come after Rollins with everything he's got? And the comments on WWE's official videos? Thousands demanding suspensions, others calling for a Hell in a Cell showdown. It's maddening because it splits the whole community. But that's the genius of it. It forces everyone to have an opinion. I've gone through hundreds of posts, and the rage is real and raw. One fan video going around shows a guy at the arenas throwing his drink in disbelief. Not Heyman, he yells. Exactly. Heyman is untouchable, the ECW legend, the voice for some of the greatest names in this business. Going after him is like spitting in the face of history. If you're watching this right now, stop and tell me your reaction in the comments. Hero or villain? Let's flood this comment section and make this video take off. But hold tight, folks. Here's where I throw my own spin on this breaking story. What if this isn't just Rollins losing his mind? What if there's something much bigger going on underneath? Here's the picture. Rollins isn't the one pulling the strings. He's just the puppet. Whispers from my sources suggest that Heyman set the whole thing up himself to shake the bloodline from the inside. Think about it. Heyman is the ultimate chess player. Maybe he's fed up with Roman's ego and Solo's quiet power grab. By staging a brutal stomp and a fake kidnapping, Heyman creates total confusion, forcing Reigns to either pull his people together or watch everything fall apart. The van wasn't Rollins running away, it was Heyman slipping out to plot his next move from the shadows. And the vision destroyed? That's Heyman's way of taking apart Rollins' whole persona from within, using Seth as someone to take the blame. Mind-bending, right? It breathes fresh air into a bloodline story that needed a shakeup, flipping outrage into pure fascination. Is it real? Nobody knows for sure, but it's got my brain running in circles. WWE has always loved a good swerve. Remember the higher power moment? This could be even bigger. Share this if this twist grabbed you. Let's tear it apart in the comments. Going even deeper into the background, let's walk through exactly how we ended up here. Seth Rollins' story after the Shield has been one wild ride. World titles, backstabbing moments, big comebacks, he's seen it all. But the real frustration started to build during the pandemic stretch, when he was out there wrestling in empty buildings, feeling like his best years were slipping away. Then came the visionary character, bold suits, wild energy, and head games. It clicked, feuds with Riddle, Theory, but the giant shadow of Roman Reigns never went away. Reigns, with Heyman by his side, held the undisputed title for over 1,000 days, leaving no room for anyone else to breathe. Rollins called it out in promos. The tribal chief is nothing but a tyrant. Small digs turned into all-out battle. Remember Clash at the Castle? Rollins nearly knocked Reigns off his throne, but Heyman stepped in and cost him everything. That wound never healed. The stomp on Heyman? That's payback, plain and simple. But the kidnapping? That's a whole different level. It's maddening because it blurs the line between the story and what's real. Is Heyman actually hurt? Reports say he's selling it well, but head injuries are nothing to brush off. WWE's wellness policy, does it even apply here? Fans are demanding straight answers, and honestly, they should be. This isn't just a story anymore. It's sparking real conversations about keeping wrestlers and on-screen talent safe. Let's look at what this means in the ring going forward, because this attack flips everything on its head. The bloodline is shattered, Reigns is raging, Solo is smirking like he saw this coming all along, and Jimmy and Jay? Nobody knows where they stand anymore. Rollins' move could light a fuse for a full-scale invasion. Picture the Judgment Day linking up with Seth, or even a shadow of a Shield reunion being teased. But with the vision gone, Rollins' whole character is in ruins. No more the crowd favorite high-flying hero, he's the bad guy now, the kidnapper. The promos will be gold. I took your wise man because you took my moment. And Heyman's comeback? Legendary. Maybe a video package of him tied up, eyes wide, begging for someone to come through. The chaos is wild and addictive, pulling us right back in next week. And the ratings? Off the charts. WWE knows that outrage sells. Just think of CM Punk's pipe bomb. This is right up there with that. If you're just as hooked as I am, hit that share button and let's spread the word. Speaking of legends, Paul Heyman deserves every bit of credit in the middle of all this. The man changed wrestling forever. ECW's mad genius, the one who gave extreme icons like Sabu and Taz their moment. Then WWE, guiding Brock Lesnar to title after title, pushing CM Punk to new heights. Alongside Reigns, he built the entire Tribal Chief story from the ground up. The acknowledgements, the head of the table, all of it. Heyman's voice on the mic, there's nobody else like him. Lines like, "My Tribal Chief," became part of wrestling culture. So watching him get stomped out, it hits different for the longtime fans. I'm furious because Heyman isn't just a manager, he is wrestling's soul in a suit. Rollins going after him feels like something sacred being torn apart. But maybe there's poetry in it. The visionary taking down the wise man to start something brand new? Or is that exactly what Heyman wants? My twist? What if the kidnapping is really Heyman pulling Rollins into his circle to take Reigns down from the inside? Two brilliant minds teaming up to blow the whole thing up? Drop a comment if that just blew your mind. Alright.